So I'm one of the few people in men's work doing this work with women. So it's been 9 years working with women, listening to women's pains, helping women through their sexual traumas, and also hearing a very familiar story. And the only reason why I'm working with men is because women keep on telling me, you got to work with, well, what is it that you say, Nadine?
I mean, you got to work with men because they don't know about that.
They don't know what they're doing, is what you'll say.
So, yeah.
So I'm going to begin with Nadine. Tell me your story.
My story.
Your story of being a woman and having sex with men.
So I started to date men, and I never thought what sexuality actually looks like. So I thought, is something that has to do with sex. There's no real pleasure. So I was really unexperienced. I just, you know, thought sex is something you have to do, but it was not really pleasurable. It took me literally, I had my first ever time I had sex with a guy. It was 16 and he was 36, because I just wanted to get over with because everybody did it. And I hated it. So I didn't have the feeling of sexual pleasure. Many years later, I dated other men. I got more into that. I got to know a little bit my body. So I had relationships where I experienced better sex, but still not really the sex that fulfilled me, because sometimes I was left out. Sometimes I didn't feel pleasure, but I thought it's okay. The thing is that I actually never spoke up what I wanted. So how should the other man know what I actually want or what I like if I don't tell them? But I thought, well, they had sex with other women, so they should know what to do. Yeah, really. So kind of like after a couple of other men, Shaft turned out to be there. And I always wanted to know what Tantra is. I'm a very highly energetic woman who loves to connect with people, but I was not able to connect with a lot of men because they were not energetically available. Shaft turned to be flying into my life, and I was like, whoa, what is that? And the world turned like upside down, because he literally showed me the universe, what it means to be in a conscious relationship with a lot of sex and pleasure, and that sex not all the time has to mean penetration, that there are other ways how you can get even higher orgasmic states that are longer, that are lasting with a partner. And that was the thing what I always wanted to experience, and he gave me the experience, he gave me the knowledge how to do that, what it means when you're a man, how you can reach that, and what it means for me as a woman, how I can reach that. Now I'm in a state where I'm actually dating a couple. Yes, at the moment I'm dating a couple.
That's right, she's not in monogamy, guys. It turns out women wanna fuck.
And I'm polyamorous.
And she's poly.
Yeah, so...
Turns out women have a sex drive, guys. Did you know that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got a really... In fact, they've got a higher sex drive than any of you.
If they're awakened, yes.
Yes.
So, yeah. So I turn out to date a couple. Besides, I still have a connection with Shaft, which is nice. But I'm dating this couple, and they are very open. They would like to experience tantric experiences as well. But so the guy, for example... It would be good if he would be here right now, because never heard about that a guy shouldn't ejaculate when he has sex. So, and there are so many things the women would love to actually know, how the guy, our guy, can pleasure us and not just penetration. There are a million of other ways.
So I would love you to, because we haven't seen each other for 2 months. We used to live and work together in Dubai, and we used to have incredible sex, and like we basically had more sex than the whole of 2022 for me. So I'm like a sexual camel. I've been like, you know, not had any intimacy or connection until literally the other day. Now, what was the sex like that we had the other day?
We set a safe container, and we were just able to let the energies flow, and it was a lot of like really like conscious touch and playfulness, and yeah, it was just beaming ourselves literally into another universe, merging our bodies together, feeling this unity, pleasure. And I don't know, we had at least an hour probably this interaction together. We had penetration, but he didn't ejaculate.
I haven't ejaculated
but I can
the whole year.
ensure that he probably was on an orgasmic state, like
I lost count at 100.
And yeah, he was like somewhere like, whoo, and I was the same. So I received the pleasure, and it's a continuous roller coaster ride. It doesn't stop.
So what is it that you're doing to help a man not ejaculate? Because you're doing something, because I'm reaching a pleasure level as though I've ejaculated, but I'm not releasing any semen. And I know when I'm like reaching that point, you do something, and on my actual course, instantsexgod.com, you could actually find out what that thing is, but you're doing it without me teaching you what I actually did. So what are you doing?
Literally what I'm doing, I feel his energy.
What does that mean? Because I got a lot of men here who are living up here and they have no idea what energy means. Is it like levitation, like Dr. Strange who created these weird symbols?
I'm fully present.
She makes these weird symbols.
I'm fully present. That means if you're fully present, you feel the other person in a way. And I feel the moment when he gets too aroused. And when this happens, this kind of arousal, then I just really like breathe deeply and I change my movements. It means like that I'm not going into this ride or die move where I'm like, yes, I want to seduce you, I want you to come. No, then I'm taking a step back, we're breathing together, and then we're just releasing a little bit the energy. What I do as well, there is an energy flow in our body, right? And that's what Shaft actually explained to me once as well. So for me as a woman, my energy flow goes out from the heart down, out of the vagina, right? Or yoni. And if I reverse that flow, it's already like, if I suck it up.
She's gonna suck out my semen.
Yeah.
That's literally what happens.
Yeah. So I literally, that was actually, my flow is like up, right? That's the one when I am like wanting to have children, for example. If you reverse that energy flow, so you try to focus, and this is a mind game as well. If you think in your head as a woman, okay, the energy flows the other way around, then he doesn't get this sensational moment probably. That's one trick. The second trick is breathing. And the third trick is just, changing as well the movement, not pushing forward. That's what a woman actually could do.
I want to go into the other superhuman ability that you get when you get a conscious cock. Now, I'm not fucking her. What I'm doing is, I'm not going bum, 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 bum. I'm actually reading her body language. I'm feeling into what she's doing and how she's flowing. Women move like this, men move like this. And in sex, men win. This is the thing that wins. This is the woman who wants to be like this. This is the guy, and then blah, 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 and then this one doesn't get to live the way she wants to live, which is in flow. So this is why we have a lot of dissatisfied women. And a lot of men who don't know that there's something wrong. This is why my business, sacredsexualawakening.com, the thing that I do with women, the yoni healing work I do, is booming. It's not going to go out of business because everyone's sexually traumatized. Men don't know that there is a problem. Now, what I've been doing is I listen to her body when I make love. I'm inside of her. And I'm activating like yesterday and the other day and just now, like I could feel your cervix literally going boop, 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 boop. Because she's doing it. She's in charge. She sits on the throne, which is my dick, and she gets the pleasure that she desires. I don't have to worry about her getting an orgasm because it's not my responsibility to give her one. There's no pressure for me to do anything. And we've had an incredible relationship, and for me it serves me very well. I'm always in charge, always in control, always having to hold space. And when we make love, I get to surrender. But I'm topping from the bottom. And I have this framework where if it's like after 10 p.m. or before 10 a.m. I could only receive, and during the peak times of the day I could give. Else I'm going to be depleted of my energy. And men, it's tough being men. It's tough being Shiva and on it all the time. You know this because you're a woman who works in business and is a massive corporate Shakti, and you build empires, and it's not easy. And we as men also need to feel pleasure. So this is what I want to help you guys understand with the 12 steps of becoming a modern day man, or as the instruction guide says, becoming an instant sex god. So the number one thing you want to do is to stop watching porn. The understanding that porn isn't real. Like, porn isn't a documentary. Sex isn't like a Marvel film. Sex is something completely made up in porn. We have a generation of men and children, sadly, who are getting their education from the online system of pornography. The education system is failing them, and we still don't have a very good sex education system. It's better than, I'm guessing it's better than it was when we were younger. Like, here's a banana, here's a condom. If you don't put this on, you'll have a horrific birth covered in blood. Well, here's the thing, you could have an orgasmic birth. That's an option, everybody. That's actually a real option. And I've met children from orgasmic births and women who have given orgasmic births. And if you don't do that as well, you'll get horrific AIDS, syphilis, gonorrhea, and all the terrible things that will kill you. And you learn that at primary school. Not a good imprint. There's literally no outlet on understanding what to do with a body. There's no education about the 8 different types of orgasms women could have, and the 2 different main categories, the implosive and the explosive orgasms women have. And also the ability for men to separate the ejaculation and the orgasm. So the reason why I know your vagina very well is because I know anatomy. In porn, it doesn't teach you anatomy. It teaches you there's a vagina and you put everything inside of it hard and fast until all of your semen comes out and you put it on someone's face. So that's education, everybody. That's education. No wonder everyone's fucked, and not in a good way. So number 2, and this is why we're moving on from the hard fucking sex, is master presence. Now, research has shown that a man's presence is the biggest turn on for women. So master the art of conscious touch and focus your awareness on your head, your body, and your lingam when making love. So this is super important. So earlier today we had sex. I lost count of how many orgasms I had, but I also knew we had to shoot some content. So I had one big orgasm, and you wanted me to change positions because you were tired of being on top, and like your body was hurting being in that position for a while. So I decided to, well, you told me to be on top, and I was like, sure, whatever it takes. And in this point, my erection wasn't at its fullest. But I'm a lesbian. I'm a woman who is also blessed in a man's body. Did you know that 63% of women do not orgasm when they have penetrative sex with a man, and 63% of women who don't? So that's 47% of women that do. Now, 77% of women who have a lesbian encounter have an orgasm first night with a woman. What does that statistic say? It says there's something wrong with what men are doing during sex. 77% compared to 47% from heterosexuality to lesbian encounters. So and you mentioned this earlier, there's a lack of communication. Now, when I was making love to you earlier, I was moving in a very different way. My awareness was no longer in my penis, but is in my pubic bone. Now, these women, they've been getting turned on by doorknobs, sides of tables, showers, and any other inanimate object from the age of 4. Am I right?
Yeah.
They've been masturbating way longer than men. No one's talking about this because I'm a dude working with women. I know what they go through. Women have a way higher sex drive. So I knew that if I bring my awareness, like a lesbian, to my pubic bone, I can move, like, and how do you masturbate? When you're touching your clitoris, what do? Do you go around like this, or like this, or like, what do you do?
There are so many techniques, yeah, but yes, you're going around like this, slow movements, faster movements, going a little bit inside, outside. It's a whole like method.
Method of masturbation.
Like, yeah.
Oh, guess what we do? We just go like this as fast as we can, and then it's over.
That doesn't work with women. No.
So it doesn't work with women. So I'm using my body and I'm moving around like this as though if it was her fingers on a clitoris. How do I know about this stuff? Because I just ask them. You could be a really good lover if you just find out how they masturbate, watch what they do, record it in your brain, and instead of your fingers doing it, get your whole body to do it, then you'll know how her pleasure pathways are linked from her head to her body, so you can mimic it with your dick, or if you don't have an erect penis, with your pubic bone, or with your leg, or with your stomach. What did we do earlier? Oh yeah, it's giving you I was giving her pleasure with my stomach.
Yeah.
So these are just little hacks. I know this stuff because I just hang out with women. They just tell me what to do. It's so basic. I was talking to a woman yesterday and I had a desire that I was like, I could hear your left breast speaking to me and it really wants my mouth on it. And then my friend said, okay, let's turn this into a workshop. So at a party, I take her to my office and I give her an orgasm on her left nipple. Now, I'm at work because I'm actually demonstrating to the person watching this, me, this woman, and this guy, and I'm teaching him how to be present and give pleasure to her nipple. From a scale of 0 to pleasure, what scale are you on? And she said, heaven. And I said, what I'm doing, how is that? Is that, because I'm doing what I want to do. And she said, maybe you give light, I will get more turned on and it would be more orgasmic if you apply lighter touches. So I got this bit. And I'm like, utilizing a feather touch, which I teach you in my Instant Sex God program. It's all about conscious touch. And I utilize my lips to be in a state of slight sensation, very different to what you see in porn. Very different. So it's the slightest of touches that I'm doing on her nipples, and she has an orgasmic sensation in her nipples. Now, all of this is possible, and I know this because I just asked the women what they like. The fact that I'm educated in nervous system and anatomy and just knowing parts of the human body that everyone technically should, I'm able to press the right buttons in there. You had a little bit of squirting earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know your shit.
I know my shit. But I also know that I'm on my friend's sofa and I didn't want to make her squirt too much because it'll be on the sofa. So I could literally hear the squirt fluid coming, feel it, and then I could bring out as much as I can hold on my hand so it doesn't go on my friend's sofa. That's the level of presence you can have if you learn how to understand your own body, let go of porn, become present, and feel a woman's energy and understand what it is to like feel body language. And that's how she's able to make me not ejaculate as well. It's the same thing. Okay, moving on to number 3. So this is love your lingam. The oldest Sanskrit word for penis is lingam. This is translated to the shaft of light. and it was once believed to have healing powers. And embracing the power of the lingam awakens your conscious cock through mindful masturbation. That's right, you have to masturbate, but not to porn. Women, they have a pussy practice. Men, we have a penis practice. So when you learn to love your lingam, you learn to love yourself, and you can do this by using a method that I've developed. It's called the shaft method. And this is a very simple practice of actually accepting your dick as it is, forgiving your dick for all the things that you wish you could have done or had done, and also learning to love your dick. This is probably the most important thing you could do, because women have your own practices in this, don't you?
Of course, if
they say
not every woman does that, okay?
She says, of course. Men, did you know that you have this option as well? Did you? If you did, put your thumbs up or put your thumbs down. Like, there's a whole thing that women are doing, and this is why women are light years ahead. What are you women doing to heal your womb?
Oh my god, there are so many techniques. We do yoni steaming, we use a yoni egg that's healing our womb, we give us pleasure.
From all the trauma men has caused to them.
We look at our yoni and make peace with her, we talk to her, and yeah, we just do a lot of rituals. But that again, not every woman is doing that, and that's really a pity, because if you do that, you know yourself.
Guess what I teach men? Exactly the same stuff. So it's the same practices. Everything I teach as the shaft method when I'm coaching women and when I'm coaching men is exactly identical, because the technology works. It's ancient old technology. The oldest form of biohacking is Tantra and yoga. Like, that's it. Like, everything that they're showing with science is just proving what we already know inside of our body. I was speaking to an Indian doctor about my penis practice and how I've reached enlightened states, and also when making love I could ejaculate. And he said, hang on, it sounds like what the gurus have been trying to do for ancient times. It's like, how did you do this? And I said, I did it through masturbating every day and having sex every day. Like, I didn't hide in a monastery or hide under a banyan tree. I ended up being in a life of Tantra, practicing Tantra, and learning how to be living a Tantric life. Like, actually embodying Tantra through worshipping women, making love in ritualistic ways. And this leads us to number 4 of the 12 steps. And this is release fear, guilt, and shame. And this is to keep, like, what society has done to keep men weak. They've controlled your sexual energy. Take back your power and pleasure in a more sacred and conscious way with the techniques that I developed. Again, it's old technologies. The women are now again light years ahead, because it's popular culture for women to go into a space of womb healing, of celibacy, and also getting a yoni massage by Shaft Uddin. Like, that's literally, like, it's an industry. I'm part of a big industry. What I'm trying to do now to address the balance is I'm trying to get men to step into their power. I'm not doing it because I want to do it. I'm doing it because women keep on fucking having a go at me going, Shaft, can you please teach men? Like, I'm having an insane amount of sex because there isn't that many good men to go around. Babes, is there many good men to go around?
No.
This is why I've got Nadine on the show, because I want you men to understand that women love having sex. They've got a higher sex drive than all of you men. How do I know this? Men, what are your fantasies? Write down your sexual fantasies. I bet everyone says, I wouldn't mind having a threesome. Guess what women say? I would love to have a gangbang. Or I would love to have a gangbang, not one time, but for days. I would love to have someone dressed up as like a military officer, hang me upside down and tease me with a glass instrument that's shaped of a dildo until I'm dripping. Like, these are literal things that women tell me. Men's fantasies, it's just a quick threesome. Women's fantasies are way more fucked up than guys. How do I know this? Just ask them. And it takes a real woman with a lot of like truth to share their real fantasy. Because women have been shamed for being too sexual, and men have been praised for being too sexual. Now there's this rise of the goddess, and women are like, yeah, I love fucking loads of guys, and everyone's like, yeah, go goddess, yes, Shakti. So it's like the balance is being addressed, but now there just isn't enough conscious men to go around. And number 5, this is practice forgiveness. Men, do the work. Unlock the power of forgiveness by healing past relationships, letting go of the hurt, and show up fully present in your current and future relationships. When men love, we love. It only takes one crazy bitch to cheat on us until it breaks our heart so we can never love again.
Okay.
So that's what it's like. That's literally what it's like. There's a cycle of crazy bitches and bastards. The nice guy, once upon a time, would have done anything for his girlfriend. Then he caught her in bed with another guy, destroyed him so he could never love again. And for the woman, same thing. It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. It's human dynamics. So learning how to forgive, let go of your past relationships, and learn how to be present with your partner. Nadine, question to a female, for the men out there. Are all men bastards?
No. Because just no, because I did my inner work. Because at a certain time in my life, I thought no man is good.
Yeah,
they're all bastards. I got cheated. I was abused. I got a lot of shit on my table. So yeah, but I worked on it. I did a lot of forgiveness, a lot of rituals, a lot of like, okay, that happened to me. It doesn't mean that this has to be forever. I still believe in positivity, that things are turning around, and see.
And I also did the work. It's been scientifically proven that forgiveness practices are the #1 thing that allows you to accelerate in the world of personal development. There's actual studies and statistics done on the power of forgiveness. I mean, the easiest one for me that I always do is Ho'oponopono, which is a Hawaiian prayer. Every time I call it the get out of jail free card. You just say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. Or whichever way it is on the internet, because it's always different everywhere you look. So for me, as long as I got that, I'm good. But there's many other forgiveness rituals you could do. There's a letting go ritual that you could do after every time you have sex, and this is something that we've been doing because we've been in and out of our relationship because we move, and I move and she moves, and then she goes to that country, I go to that country, and we have to say, we express gratitude, we visualize bring back our own energy, and then we say, what's mine is mine, what's yours is yours, I release you. So if you did that with every sexual encounter, like this is literally what I do religiously, you will have a cleaner energetic system. And when you start to have these ritualistic practices, or a healthy habit around creating healthy containers with your partnerships, your relationships, you can have like multiple relationships. Like you're with your couple who are just around the corner. I'm just single and we're still coming together. It doesn't cause any jealousy or pain or anything in my life. It just brings more love. It allows me to have more love with all the other interactions that I may or may not have whilst I'm here in this country. So like today I'm very happy because we had a moment of forgiveness today and it's really beautiful. Like I feel really, really light.
Me too, actually.
Yeah. And we had great sex. So this leads to number 6, the 6th step to becoming a modern day masculine. And I want all the men and everybody, if any other genders are watching, repeat after me. I only sleep with strong, inspiring women that enrich my life. So everybody, I only sleep with strong, inspiring women that enrich my life. Let's drill this into your nervous system. Everybody write it in the chats. Like, at least do something rather than listen. Right? Type it, everyone watching, type it in the chats. I only sleep with strong, inspiring women that enrich my life. The emotions of love, sex, and romance are sides of the eternal triangle of achievement, building genius. So let the future partners be better versions of yourself. That's pretty sweet. I wrote some of that. So yeah, this is actually in Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. Your partnerships can make or break your empire that you're trying to build. Choosing the right partner is vital to having a relaxed nervous system, a happy home, and healthy, emotionally intelligent children. So number 7, this leads to a very good point. This is the 7th step to becoming an instant sex god. Communication is the best lubrication. So a woman's pleasure is not the responsibility of a man. No. But it's a shared responsibility of both partners to communicate and explore for a more fulfilling sexual experience. As a man, learn to navigate your partner's pleasure pathways by being playful and curious, and take the initiative to improve your skills and techniques with the shaft method. That's right. Actually, in my course, the Instant Sex God program, on week 3, I give you the skill sets that you need to navigate a woman's body. The different touches. I do the same thing to you, but in different variations that you never know it's the same thing. It's like learning to dance. Like, you'll get the building blocks of dance. Like, you do a dance practice. What is it?
Salsa.
She does salsa. She's kind of a big deal in that world. And you get the building blocks only for you to get rid of the building blocks, unless you're in a competition. And then you make it your own, right? Mm-hmm. Same with breakdancing, martial arts, or whatever movement practice you do. Same with playing an instrument. You have to know the scales in order for you to play. Yeah. So understanding the options that you have with women, and then understanding and asking what they like, you get almost like the cheat code of how to pleasure any woman.
Literally, you have to, if you have a relationship, set a container for communication. I mean, if it's not easy for you to communicate, then I always say schedule something where you have a little get together once a week, for example, where you talk about this kind of topics, you know, where you talk about your pleasure, where you talk about your whatever is on your mind at the moment, to just get into this mode of, okay, it's okay to actually communicate with each other. Because I was even in relationships where I had trouble to communicate anything with my partner, and with who else should you communicate if not with your partner? So set a container, make sure that you are feeling comfortable of sharing things with each other. Build the trust so that you can be fearless in just saying out loud. That's what I'm experiencing at the moment with the couple as well. They are together since 6 years. They never talked about what he likes in bed, what she likes in bed. They were super unsatisfied until I came into their life and spiced everything up and asked them a certain question.
Where did you learn those questions from?
Yeah.
I think it's important.
I got trained very well. Okay?
I think it's important to express that, because it's called the shaft method. That's right. Anyone could do this. Now you're holding space for a high-level couple. Yeah. And you've got the scripts, you've got the emotional intelligence. Obviously, I taught her some
I'm
stuff.
a good space holder.
She's also an amazing teacher in many fields, like many fields. And just having these simple scripts that allow you to open up people helps you have better levels of communication, which leads to better levels of intimacy. But when you understand a woman's body and know what they like, because every woman is different, like I have multiple partners, so I need to know what she likes, I need to know what she likes, I need to know what she likes. Not everybody has the same buttons, but everybody has the same buttons, but they need to be pressed in different ways. So this goes on to number 8, and this is the 8th step to becoming an instant sex worker, and this is sex magic. This is the highest level of manifestation. Now, Napoleon Hill talks about this. Let me read a quote. The individuals of the greatest achievement tend to be those who have highly developed sexual natures and who have learned the art of sexual transmutation. Now that is fascinating to hear this from a financial Bible book that has been around since the 1920s, and they talk about Tantra, basically. Now, if you want to know more about that, that's my specialist subject. You can obviously check out my instant sex program, but I do the how to manifest online course as well, where you masturbate to your vision board. Oh yes, why jerk off to porn when you could jerk off to your dreams, guys? So number 9, this is why we're talking about jerking off. Preserve your seed for purpose. Sexual energy is the creative energy of virtually all geniuses. Another Napoleon Hill quote I'm going to explain. The energy must be transmuted from desire for mere physical contact into some other form of desire and action before it will lift one to the status of genius. So getting out of the primal lust to higher levels of consciousness. Now this one reaches higher levels of consciousness because I know she's gone to another dimension, because her eyes go bog-eyed and she's gone off to another planet. So you can, and it has been scientifically proven, again, reach higher states of consciousness through having sex. You no longer have to sit in a monastery, do a lot of Vipassana, because nothing really prepares you for an actual relationship. Now, you've been in a relationship with a couple for a little while, and we used to be in a relationship, and we used to live together, work together, 24/7 together. We didn't argue once.
True.
It's pretty easy.
It's pretty easy if you set the right container. And actually with the couple, we go through a lot of deep things at the moment, and we don't fight. We just have very deep discussions, and we had that too. We had very deep discussions. So that's the power of having an evolved relationship dynamic, an evolved way of connecting sexually, through non-ejaculation and also through tantric lovemaking and making love with intention. Now, when you make love with intention, this leads to number 10 of the 12 steps to modern day masculinity. Biohacking longevity. Now, learn to harness your sexual energy for longevity. So make love longer than an hour. Breathing together and making eye contact. You will improve cardiovascular health, release endorphins that reduce stress, boost your immune system, making you less susceptible to colds and other illnesses. Improve sleep, which is great, bladder control, especially for women, and reduce the risk of incontinence. This is for women as well. And strengthen emotional bonds and improve overall relationship satisfaction. Nadine and everybody out there watching, write down in the chats, leave a comment. What is the average time it takes for a man to ejaculate? Let's see.
Oh, what is it? Come on, write it in the chats, write it in the chats. Let's have some engagement. The average time is, for 10 points, 3.5 minutes. You watch my videos. So, how in Shiva's name will you build a long-lasting, satisfying relationship when a woman, how long, Nadine, how long can you have sex for?
I mean, if you don't stop for days, probably.
Days. Who has a higher sex drive? It's just women. Like, somehow people brainwash people thinking men want to have sex all the time. It's like, no, actually an awakened woman want to have sex all the time. Men can't even last longer than 3.5 minutes.
But it takes women longer than 3 minutes often to reach the orgasmic state. So if you just have sex for 3 minutes, it's not pleasurable, really. But
there is an exception.
Okay.
Because we have sex, and if I know your body, I could make you orgasm pretty quick. Yeah. So there is exceptions. True. There is exceptions. There is a tantric quickie. You don't need 2 hours all the time. Number 11, talking of tantric quickies, the art of tantric lovemaking. There's a big difference between Pornhub sex and sacred sex. Did you know you can achieve higher states of consciousness when making love in a ritual space? There's a deeper feeling of oneness with God, and you can have psychedelic experiences sober, releasing DMT in prolonged orgasmic states. There's now scientific hard data on this. So you no longer need to take psychedelics because you get into these trance-like states. And they said the only time you release DMT is when you die and when you are born. No, it's when you have lots of orgasms. Did you know that the word orgasm means little death in French? So there's many different ways to make love. Sex is no longer sex. Sex is something else. And this ends with number 12. Edging your way to enlightenment. With the shaft method, the method that I teach on my course, Instant Sex God, I will show you that you can expand your nervous system to receive more pleasure. Why is that important? Babes, you know when I have pleasure, do you have pleasure?
Of course.
Now, if I ejaculated pretty quick, would you have any more pleasure?
No.
No. Now, if I kept on orgasming through mirror neurons, would you feel more pleasure?
Of course.
Hello. It's just basic biology, guys. So, here's the thing, the last thing I'm going to leave everyone with. You can separate the ejaculation from the orgasm, which means you can you can 10x your sex life and overcome erectile dysfunction and premature ejaculation. Also overcome porn addiction. This has been this is one of the main things to help your relationships, and also one of the greatest things for your mental health. Your sexual health and your mental health are directly linked, and your penis is a gateway to your heart and your mental health. And also your wealth is connected to this energy as well. So I utilize my self-pleasure practice, and I utilize it to awaken my kundalini so I can have full body orgasms whilst manifesting a life beyond my dreams. Nadine, you've been with me for quite a while now. How mental is my life?
Insane.
It's insane. And how easy is my life?
Pretty
easy. So I just manifest everything through my dick.
Crazy.
So that's what I want to teach everybody. Now, if you found this interesting, the 12 steps to, and like I've written the booklet is out there. You could get it for free. Please get it on instantsexgod.com, or
there's a link in the chat already.
And just please get that booklet. I've unpacked it for you. I've made it make sense. If you want to go deeper into this, there is the actual 1-month training program. Now, I've been working with the guys at Mind Valley, and they've been telling me what to do. So I've had amazing input by the world thought leaders, impact leaders, and biohackers on the planet. And they've helped me craft this course, which you could have. This course usually costs around 2,500 English pounds, which is what people were paying last year. Now, I don't have much time. Now I've found something new, and it's called Mind Valley and the Impact Race. I want to spend my time trying to have more impact on the planet and helping more men. So I basically filmed the course that I do for £2,500, and you could get this today for a limited time only for $597. For $597, if you invest in that today, you will get 1 month's training and this incubator, this place where we could all keep each other accountable, because I'm actually going to start my penis practice tomorrow. Like, I took a bit of time off. I mean, you were doing it for me for a while. It's true. So I want everybody to start, like, have your final sexual experience and ejaculate tonight. Make love to yourself, make love to your partner, and ejaculate, get it out of your system tonight, or when you watch this video, and start tomorrow. Or buy my course, and you could have that course whilst being in conversation with me. So it's actually a real-time experience where we could all keep each other accountable for 1 month. And also, in this coaching program, the one that everyone signed up to at the moment, this is here for life. You got me for life. That's it, done. So get that course today. Open it up and practice it. Give it a go. And I could hold you all accountable every single day. And every week, we could have one of these conversations. And I would love it, when I say we could have, we will be having one of these every single week. And who knows, I might have another hot Shakti, I don't know where I'm going to be next week, another beautiful hot lady or somebody I meet joining us to give another perspective on why it's important to hold your seed and ejaculate rather than ejaculate. So this is like life-changing 1 month deep dive into expanding your nervous system, learning to let go of the hunger and the addiction of ejaculation, and stepping more into your power as a divine masculine man and becoming the man that every woman is literally praying for. They're praying for more men doing this. So women are literally praying for men to wake up and meet them where they are.
Yes. Because then we have more pleasure, right? So.
Because what do girls want? Girls just want to have fun. So make sure you click on the link provided. Thank you, Nadine, for joining us today. I think it's important that men, and in men's work, get a woman's perspective on just showing you that there is another way. That is, it's not just men that want to fuck. It's like women have a way higher sex drive. If you could keep up with them, they would speak up and express their desires. If you understand their body and turn sex into a form of dance, which is what I teach in the Shaft method, you actually end up dancing more, connecting more, building a romantic, intimate relationship that both partners will find rewarding, fulfilling, and you'll help find world peace. This is literally the mission on this planet for me, finding world peace for intimacy.
So can I just say one thing? So if you have
Final thoughts.
So if you really have a partner, just go to your partner and talk to her. Make her feel safe and just literally open up the conversation and say you are really, really, literally interested in getting to know her deeper and better. And that's why you would love to hear what she actually really would like to do with you, what she likes, what she loves, what she doesn't love, and give her this container, this safety where she literally feels like you have a real interest. Not because we just told you right now. Give her the feeling that you're really interested, and then she will probably open up, and if she doesn't know so far, she has to experience that by herself, and then she can tell you. But open up this container, because that can be life-changing.
And also, it's actually the women that make the men tantric. There's only so much self-pleasure penis practices you could do. When you're with a woman, look how hot they are. They're hot as fuck. So it's like, it's a whole different dynamic when your penis is inside of someone. It's like, oh my god, there's a fucking woman and I'm having sex with her and her tits are amazing and like she's actually having sex with me. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm having sex. Oh god, I've just ejaculated. So if you actually create the container, it's them and it's you creating the container, doing this reverse flow of energy, slowing things down, regulating your nervous system, breathing into your balls. And like, if you just slow yourself down by 50%, you're gonna last 3.5 minutes. That's 7 minutes. So thank you, we love you, and we set you free. Make sure you sign up to this course. Everybody in the group that I'm going to be coaching, it's open. I mean, the chat's open for life. If you've got any friends that want to join, get them in there. Like, literally copy and paste that link and just get as many men in this course as possible. And I'll give you a time and a date when we're going to meet up again next week, hopefully next Sunday. And I can't wait to guide you guys to having a conscious cock using the shaft method.